Hi there. I'm doing the Hyatt Regency collapse by me. Sorry for the late submission again. That's my bad. Thank you for letting me do it a little later. Let's get started. So some brief history on this. This happened on a night in summer of July 17th, 1981 in Missouri. A tea dance was taking place and hundreds of people gathered in this lobby. Unfortunately, two skywalks ended up collapsing as they started swaying back and forth with people on top of them, eventually falling onto the crowd below. This unfortunately caused 114 deaths and over 200 injuries, leaving a large pile of mess for rescuers to look through. And it actually still remains one of the deadliest structural failures in history. As you can see, some of the carnage from what happened, you can see at the top of some of the failures from the rods that broke free. There we go. So for the construction aspect of it, the original design called for sets of support rods to suspend from the fourth and the second floor walkways from the ceiling, like little bridges going across. And last second, these plans actually changed so that the second set of rods hung from the second floor walkway from the fourth walkway. So they changed from each walkway having their own support beams to two walkways being supported by one. So now the flaw with this is that the upper walkway had to support its own weight as well as the weight from the walkway below, suspending all the weight directly from the stronger ceiling supports. And investigators basically said that because this minor change was pretty much the only reason for this disaster. And then when the walkways finally collapsed, the rods pretty much ripped through the walkway's box beams. And measured by loss of life, as I said in the last slide, this stands as the worst failure in American history. And in this picture, you can see the cables hanging and the walkways that that fell. You can see the top and the bottom one. The bottom one was fully supported by the top one under one set of rods. So some of the lessons learned is the engineering firm that signed off on this. That's pretty much only their fault because they changed it last second and they guaranteed that it wasn't going to fall. So the hotel owner had to pay over $140 million in damages to the victims' families. And actually, as the report reads, the bridges would have eventually fallen on their own, let alone having that many people on them. So without anyone even on them, the bridges would have fallen. The only answers for this happening pretty much goes directly on the engineering firm that signed it off. So very poor planning and executing on their part. And here's a little kind of animation of what happened. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but these were supposed to be on their own set of rods, and as you can see, they're supported by one single rod. So basically, if this one falls, this one's going to fall with it. It just wasn't a smart system to begin with, especially with all these people under here. It was just a big mess. So in conclusion, this is still seen as one of the worst failures in U.S. history, and sadly, there aren't really many lessons to be removed from this, as just very, very poor executing by the company in charge, and not many people are at fault besides them. And I'm not really sure why they decided to last second change those plans, but they did, and it did not work out in their favor. So this, I guess the main takeaway from this would be it's just a cautionary tale for similar plans and engineers that want to do something like this. And then here are all my references. I hope you can click on the link. Once again, thank you so much.